Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. I am still working on this lighting. I have another ring light. I plan on experimenting with that because, yeah, but whatever. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Okay, so here we are. Truck started up outside. Now, what I can tell you is that this story made me laugh. Also, what I can tell you is that I feel some games are afoot. But let me read this to you, and then you can come to your own conclusion and figure out what's what. So it says, 27 flee plane in Spain after pregnant woman simulates labor. Barcelona, Spain. Spanish police were searching for 14 people who ran from a plane at Barcelona's airport after it made an emergency landing Wednesday to obtain assistance for a pregnant woman who allegedly simulated that she was about to give birth, authorities said. The Office for Spain's government in the Catalonia region said the incident occurred when a Pegasus Airlines flight from Casablanca, Morocco to Istanbul with 228 passengers on board requested the emergency landing at Josep Tarradellas. Okay, for people who speak Spanish, don't make fun of me now. I'm doing my best. Josep, or is it? No, it's not Joseph. It's Josep. Josep Tarradellas, Barcelona, El Prat Airport. There we go. As the woman was getting evacuated from the plane, 27 passengers exited the aircraft without authorization and tried to flee, officials said. Police stopped 13 of them. The other 14 managed to elude the police at the airport and remained at large. The woman who was thought to be in labor was detained on charges of public disorder after doctors at the hospital determined, although pregnant, she was not about to give birth. Of the 13 fleeing passengers grabbed by the police, 5 agreed to get back on the plane and continue on to Istanbul. The other 8 were getting processed for non-admission to Spain and expected to be put on another Pegasus flight out of the country, officials said. The Spanish government's office did not divulge the nationalities of the passengers. Okay, so let's go back and unpack this. Police stopped 13 of the people. The other 14 managed to elude the police at the airport and remained at large. This doesn't strike anybody as strange that a woman fakes her labor, and then when the plane does an emergency landing in Spain, 27 people try to get off the plane. Make it make sense. Why would they want to get off the plane? If they're doing an emergency landing, why wouldn't they just wait until they're like, okay, everything's clear, she's getting help or whatever, she's off the plane, let's take off and then she can catch a flight whenever after she has the baby or whatever she wants to do. Where they were just like, you know what, I have to go now. And mind you, it was the 13 people who were caught, 14 were at large, so why wouldn't the other people just come back? Or either why wouldn't the other people just say, hey, and tell the flight attendants, like, look, I'm leaving. I have to be somewhere by a certain time. I'll buy another ticket. I'll do whatever. You guys figure it out, type of thing. But they didn't do that. They were just like, okay, we're out. After a woman fakes her pregnancy. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I'm getting 5. Something's not adding up. That's just me. I'm curious what will happen in the coming months if this will show back up in the news, because clearly something's in my eye. Clearly this was a setup, I guess you could say. This was a con, I guess you could say. I'm not even adding allegedly to this. I just don't. No. Something's not right here. I hope whatever the intelligence agency is in Spain, that they're keeping a close eye on this, because I'm telling you right now, something's not right. Anyways, that's the wacky news. KIRWKC.com. main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, be blessed.